Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to the KT Garage. Today we're going to do an oil change on the X5 BMW. This happened to be a 2016. Now normally when you take these cars to a quick oil change or whatever, it's going to cost you north of $200, which is a complete ripped off. You can do this for way under $100, maybe $70, $80 on that range. And it literally takes about 20 minutes to get the oil change done. So let's get to it. This is everything that you're going to need to get the oil change done. You need a 17 millimeter socket. This is an 86 millimeter oil filter socket. Now you're going to have to go to BMW or somebody to go purchase this. I bought this from the BMW dealer. Just a one-time cost. It's worth the money to get them and do your own oil change. Of course, you're gonna need a oil filter. This one happened to be a Frame XG 175, and these are pretty good. I've used them over the years, no problem. And you're gonna need 7 quarts of oil, and I like to use the 0W20. Get the high mileage. Mine is over 100,000, so it's good for it. Full synthetic. This is a really good setup, and I change mine every 10,000 miles. No problem at all. Well guys, to gain some clearance, I chose to just drive over a couple of blocks. Way too easy. Otherwise you have to put it on jack stand, stuff like that. It take me 30 seconds to drive up these ramps. And now you have enough room to get under there and find out where the oil plug is and drain the oil. Hey guys, so I'm going to show you where the plug is for the oil filter. So that's the outside of the car. As you get under the car and you keep looking in, you pass the brush guard, and then you get to this point right here, and you can see that the plug is right there. There's an opening right there. Just have to back it out, let the oil drain. You can see the oil draining right there. I use this 17 millimeter socket, and then just back the plug out, and it drains like that. Make sure you have a big enough catch can for catch tray for 7 quarts of oil. So while waiting for the oil to drain, we can go ahead and replace the filter. So we're going to use the 86 millimeter socket that you can get from the dealer. And right there is your oil filter. I love the way BMW put this up here. It's very accessible, and you can turn it with a 3/8 drive. And these are not very tight because I was the one that changed the oil last, and I didn't tighten it too much. There we go. It does not. It just need to be tightened around 20 to 25 foot-pound of torque. That's it. You don't need to over tighten it because it's not a phase seal. It's actually an O-ring that's doing the sealing, so you don't have to torque it too much and ruin the threads. So there's your filter element sitting inside. We're going to be replacing this, and then just let that drain down, clean that cavity real good. Okay, so let's work on the filter element package. It comes with the filter, of course, and then some O-ring. We can go ahead and replace these O-rings. First O-ring you see is right here, and take this one out. It's good to own one of these seal pick. It makes it real easy to pick the O-rings. Pull this right out, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here for now, and we'll deal with that a little bit later. This I'm going to go, there's some oil left. I'm going to go and dump it into the catch tray. So I'm gonna just clean up the inside with a clean rag. I just happen to have these old socks that I use for cleaning things up. I'll use that. Looks nice and clean in there. All right, so there's another O-ring here that we're going to be replacing. And that's it for O-rings. Go ahead and put the new ones on. Just like that. Of course, the smaller O-ring goes in here, and then there's a copper crush ring that we're going to be using later to replace the one that's currently on the filter on the plug under the pan. So I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and get the these are bi-directional, so you can use whatever end you want. Make sure you push it all the way in. Make sure it sits nice and flat, just like that. And now it's time to get it back on the car. I'm gonna go ahead and get this back on. So next I'm going to put this drain plug back and then torque it to 18 foot-pounds. Make sure you torque it to the right amount, guys. These are very sensitive, so don't over torque them. Okay, so next we're going to fill the oil. Take the cap off and you fill it with 7 quarts. Well, guys, to properly dispose the oil, just dump the container. Then you take it back to wherever you bought the new oil. They should have a container for the old used oil, or you can take it to any of the local AutoZone or Advanced Auto, and they'll have a container for it. All right, guys. So I changed my oil before it's time, so there's no oil warning. Change warning. I can't reset, but to reset you just press and hold this button and then follow the procedure. You should be able to reset it. So in case you were looking for an oil stick in the engine bay, you're not going to find it. The car is going to electronically measure the engine oil level. I'm going to show you how to do that. So you go to vehicle info, vehicle status, and then down here where it says measure engine oil level, you press on that and start the measure, and it's going to take a little while. You can see that it puts the engine into different RPMs, and it runs the complete check on it. So here we go, guys. It shows that my engine level is at the max at 7 quarts. So that's excellent. That's exactly where I want it, because over time it's gonna go down a little bit. So 7 quarts, perfect. Well, that's it, guys. The oil change is done. I think it take me about 30 minutes, no longer than that, and it's completed. You save yourself over $100, and you know it's done right. So appreciate you guys tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.